Welcome to WinedorLust. My first time blogging, and I'm headed on a trip to the tundra, to Whitehorse Yukon. So I was gonna do a pack with me. I'll start with the shoes. So definitely make sure you have waterproof boots that can be for very low temperature environments. So I have one pair, and then I have another pair. What I did was I sprayed them with a waterproof material, just in case that they weren't gonna hold up in such cold weather. I also have a pair of just basic Birkenstocks that are plastic for like outdoors activities, like the hot springs, and you know, around the hotel. I have a pair of cheap crampons for just in case it's icy or cold out there, just to make sure. Goggles. Since I know it'll be very cold, I also have like snow mittens, or gloves and mittens. Pro tip, you might want to get some electric hand warmers just in case. But I would also have plenty of regular hand warmers and regular toe warmers. An extra tissue just in case you need it. Don't forget your toiletries, toothbrush, soap, face wash, you know, all of the things you need. Another pro tip is, I mean, if you're a girl and you have makeup, you can get these individual makeup remover wipes. They work really well, and they're kind of easier to carry. You just grab one for each day of your trip, instead of having to carry the pack that doesn't always stay moist. I would also bring like a multi plug-in, and luckily Canada is the same as the US, so I don't need to have any converters. And then another safety pro tip is having like a door stopper type thing that makes an alarm sound if anyone's trying to break into your hotel room or your Airbnb, just for protection. At least you'll be warned. Since it is so cold there, and I'm a little bit nervous about I've never been in such extreme temperatures before, make sure you have all, you know, proper moisturizers. So even though I have some in my toiletry bag, I bought extras like CeraVe, aquaphor, and even some aloe vera. I heard it, even though it's normally used for like sunburn, I hear it actually works well for frostbite and things of that sort too, or extremely dry skin during the cold. I have a cuticle oil and extra lip balm and carmex because it's going to be cold and I'm trying to be as prepared as I can for the extreme cold. As well as a mini humidifier that I hear will keep the air moist at night when you sleep. That can also help keep you from getting too dry. Another pro tip is some really small slippers you can bring for when you're on the inside, because I'm sure you don't want your feet to be colder than they already are going to be. Another pro tip is like a silk pillowcase is nice to bring. Of course, you're gonna want eye shades if you're like me and you're sensitive to any light, including inside light. Earplugs if you're, anti-noise. And then for PJs, I was told that like silk can keep you warm, but also it'll keep my skin more moist than other materials. So I have silk PJs. And to fit all this stuff, I have these compressor packing cubes. They really help. So in here I have my night stuff, my mentionables, bras, underwear. So it packs down to about this size. Okay. Another pro tip is, I was told about this echinacea tea, this immune system booster tea, which might be good in cold weather to keep your body from getting sick and to warm up. I also got some black tea, some oatmeal, some hot chocolate, and honey, little packets, as easy breakfasts and stuff to keep you warm at night and in the morning. Okay, on to clothes. So you want to have a gamut of inners. So this is a thermal inner set. And then I have just a, I think they're called Heat Tech or something of that sort, from Uniqlo. It's like a very thin inner, easy to put under anything. And same thing, I have a thin pants that are Heat Tech from Uniqlo. Very affordable, easy to put under things. And then I have this really great Omni-Tech material from Columbia. I have the pants, and I've had these for years. I use them for skiing. I use them for a lot of different things. And I have the top, which also has the Omni-Tech thermal. And then if I were to wear either a dress or a skirt, I have stockings that are thermal. All my inners, and I even have a thermal tank that could go underneath any of these as another base layer. I like to layer as much as possible. Layering is key in the cold. And then for shirts and sweaters, I have like a nice cashmere. Cashmere is also good for the cold. I also brought a long skirt, just in case. And then I have a white turtleneck, a black turtleneck, a burgundy turtleneck, and then a black and white turtleneck. So lots of turtlenecks, and just like a thermal long sleeve shirt that I got from 32 Degrees or something like that. Yes, and I have two of them, and they work actually really well. They keep you pretty warm for just shirts. Okay, for pants, I have these faux leather jeggings that are fleece lined. I have these other yoga pants that are fleece lined, or sweats that are fleece lined. Just one regular pair of yoga pants, and then another fleece lined pair of yoga pants. And I'm gonna use a vacuum sealer. This is also a pro tip. They come in handy for when you have to pack a lot of stuff in one suitcase. And then of course you're gonna need a plethora of headwear. So I have just a regular headband that's for warmth. I often wear it underneath my helmet and stuff for skiing. You can wear it underneath like another hat or something of that sort, keeps your ears warm. Got a thinner baklava. I got two thicker headbands, and then like, you know, fancy show me one. And then really, I don't know if this is fleece lined, but it's very, very comfortable, very warm hat. And I have two of those. And then one of these. It's thin. Hopefully it'll be decent enough for such cold weather, especially if I double up. Okay, another great thing to have is inner gloves that have the touch for your cell phone. There's touch screen. And then another fleece lined neck gaiter for warmth, and then a thinner neck gaiter, and then a scarf. You know, anything to keep your body as warm as possible. You don't want to forget a swimsuit, because they do have a hot springs or a Nordic spa. So I have a kind of a onesie kind of swimsuit to keep warm, hopefully. And socks are important, so you want to have wool socks. These are like extreme cold wool socks, or fleece lined wool socks, and then thinner wool blend socks. And then I like double up, triple up on socks. So I even have these smart wool like foot kind of glove type things that are like the first base layer, and then I double up or triple up on socks. Another good thing is to bring like a thermal cup or thermos, just for when you're having hot drinks, or even if you want cold drinks in the cold. As far as outerwear goes, I have this fleece lined hoodie that's, you know, thin, and then another fleece sweater that's thin, great for inners to your outers, or outers to your inners. And then a down jacket that's thin and packable. A vest that's thin and packable, kind of quilt-like material, quilt down. Also want to bring like down pants that can go on the inner. And as you see, I don't have any crazy thick layers because I ended up renting some outers specifically for their weather from a company called Men's World or Aurora Outfitters. There are like two other companies you can rent from that I know of. One's Arctic Range and the other one is Base Yukon. So there are plenty of options out there to rent thick, really good outers for such extremely cold temperatures. I would recommend doing that unless you either frequent really cold environments and you already have gear, or you buy your own, or make sure you have the proper gear for negative temperatures, even negative or 0 Fahrenheit. Okay, few last items. One is like a sport or quick dry towel. Be good for the hot springs and just nice to have. And then your waterproof phone case, also nice to have for the hot springs or just in case. A phone koozie, which I heard is really good when it gets cold, to keep your battery from dying so quick, and you can maybe even put your rechargeable battery in it to keep it from dying. Headphones, of course. Another electric hand warmer. Don't forget your selfie sticks, your extra batteries, your camera, and then of course your makeup, your toiletries, your hair products, all of the basic things that you would normally bring for any other trip. All right, wish me luck.